Okay, let's see here. We are estimating the area of a triangle. Now, in the book, they show you the state of Virginia, and they're wanting you to estimate the area of Virginia. But the way they have you do it is they have you calculate the area of a triangle. So calculating the area of a triangle is not an estimation. You're just merely comparing the state of Virginia to the shape of a triangle. And so in that sense, you are estimating. But the calculations we are going to do are not estimations. So they tell you the area A of a triangle is equal to half the base B times the height. Now, if you just read that statement out, the way it translates to an equation is the area A is equal to 1/2 the base times the height. And the 1/2 B, there's a multiplication operation there as well. So it's 1/2 multiplied by B multiplied by H, and that's going to equal the area of a triangle. So what we do here is, let me move this up so you can see the triangle there. Now if I were to just draw a little imaginary line down the triangle and make it a height, like in other words, this is a right angle. So this is standing perfectly straight up. That would be the height right there. So we'll say this is H. Okay. And then this whole entire length down here would be the base of the triangle. So we'll say B. Now, a triangle, if you remember that Pythagorean theorem proof I did, it's just half of a rectangle or half of a square. Like if I drew a square over here, like so. And if I drew my imaginary line, to cut in half the square diagonally, now I got two triangles. But the thing is, the square, remember if the length of this side of the square is A, and then the length of this side is A, the area of the square is A squared. However, if we cut it in half, now we have two triangles. So what we could say is the area of one of these triangles, like I'll just kind of move over here for a moment. So I'll draw one of these triangles. We'll take the area of the square, which is A squared, and we divide it by 2. That would be the area of this particular triangle. So that's all we're going to do here. Now we don't quite have a square around it. I could draw a square. I could draw an imaginary square, or actually a rectangle, because it's not quite it wouldn't fit into a square the way it is. But we could put it in a rectangle like this, and we have a smaller rectangle right here. And you notice that this portion of the triangle takes up half. And then this rectangle right here, well, this triangle down here takes up half. So therefore, what we're going to do is we'll use this equation up here. Let's go ahead and rewrite it. Let's see here. Area equals 1/2 base. I'm going to put the little multiplication sign there because it just helps me out. Area equals 1/2 base times height. Okay, they give us some lengths there. So let's go ahead and plug those in. They did tell us that the base was equal to 410 miles. And they did tell us that the height was equal to, what's that, 200 miles equals the height. So now that we have that, we can go back down here. Let me pick this up. Uh-oh. Okay. Here we go. So let's start plugging in what we know. We don't know A. We don't know the area. We're given 1/2. We're given the base. The base is 410. So we'll go 410 miles. And then we know the height. The height is up here, 200 miles. So let's go back down. We'll go 200 miles. Okay, let's go down a little bit more. So now if we multiply them, we'll get, oh, I remember what I like to do is, let's do this one real quick. Half of 400 is 200, and half of 10 is 5. So we could easily say that half of 410 is 205, and this would be miles. Because notice there's no units over here. There's units on this one. So we'll just bring the units down. Now let's do the next one. Okay, real quick, like before we do anything, I want you to notice this. A times A is A squared. Okay, that's the side of the square there. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a square or a triangle. We're still dealing with lengths. So I want you to look at this. You got miles and miles. So our answer is going to be in miles squared because it's going to be area. Our answer is going to be the area. Now, let's see here. We got to multiply these two. So we can just real quick like 205 and 200. Really simple. 0 times 5 is going to be 0. That's good. 0 times 0 is 0, and 0 times 2 is 0. Anything multiplied by 0 is 0. So 0, 0, 0. And then let's put our placeholder. I like to do it x with a 0. Again, 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. And 0 times 2 is going to be 0. Now we drop and do another placeholder. This time we'll do 2. And make sure you keep these aligned nicely. 2 times 5 is 10. Bring the 0 down. 1 on the top. 2 times 0 is 0. Plus 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add those. 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0. So these add up to be 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0. That's another 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. And there's a 4. Okay, so all that right there, let's put our comma. Let's bring this over here. 41,000 square miles, or miles squared. But we usually say that square miles. So that would be the area.